Hello, this is Avery Lyford. Welcome to DTV. I'm the Chief Customer Officer of InfoStretch, and I'm delighted today to welcome Shellye Archambeau, who's on the board of Verizon and Nordstrom's, as well as former CEO of MetricStream, a hot startup out here in Silicon Valley. Look forward to a great conversation. Well, Shellye, really glad to have you here. You've got a fantastic background, having been both on the sell the digital transformation as well as buy the digital transformation, having been at IBM, CEO of a great startup, MetricStream, and then on the boards of two great companies, Nordstrom's and Verizon. Happy to say I'm wearing Nordstrom clothing right now, so that
wonderful. I'm happy to hear that.
Actually, not in deference to you. It's just good clothing. So. Thank you for your work on that board as well, and really appreciate you spending the time to come with us and talk a bit about your experience with digital transformation.
Happy to be here.
So, one of the things you've been on both sides of this. You've been on the sell side of digital transformation. I mean, how do you think about it when you're selling it, and how do you think about it when you're buying it? What does it mean for you in terms of your business, and how do you think where it fits in priorities and what the driver is to adopt it?
Yeah. Well, I think when you first start talking about digital transformation, you have to define with the person you're speaking with what the heck it is you're talking about. Because digital transformation is a term that's tossed around pretty freely. So when I think about digital transformation in very simple terms, I think about it as fundamentally leveraging digital technology to do two main things. One, to actually change how you operate the business. And when I say operate the business, I mean all of it. How you change your processes, the activities in your business, the business models, right? All of those elements, leveraging digital and technology. But the second part is it's also changing the value proposition of what you are able to offer to your customer or your client. But true digital transformation is both. Because companies are in business to deliver value proposition to someone who's willing to pay for it. So if you're going to transform, it's got to touch both sides.
And it seems like there's been a change, because it used to be kind of technology was the problem of the CIO. Mm-hmm. The CIO would go work on technology. It was great that they were doing it, and that's dandy.
Right.
And at some point, it's become a CEO problem and a board problem. Mm-hmm. When did you see that happen? I mean, when did you see that happen? How did you see that happening? Because all of a sudden it went from, isn't it great that technologists are doing technology? They're so cute. Let's see what they come up with. It also was like, oh my God, my whole business is getting changed. I need to really understand this myself.
Yeah. People have different theories. My own personal theory is it all starts with the consumer. So once everyone got iPhones, and once we started being able to do so much ourselves as consumers, we wanted to be able to do that as business people too. And I like to say that every industry is actually a technology industry. People may not realize it yet. You're a technology company that happens to be selling oil and gas. You're a technology company that happens to be delivering retail products. All companies have to think of themselves as technology companies, because fundamentally, technology is just an enabler, but it's an enabler to everything that you need to get done. And so if you're not figuring out how to optimize it at every different point, somebody else is.
And then, each individual, everybody is kind of aware of digital transformation. What's your advice to employees? Because there are two sides to this coin, right? There's the leaders that go, how come I can't get the organization to change? And then there are all the individuals that go, oh my gosh, I can see the locomotive coming, and everyone's just standing with their back to the track, not recognizing. How do I get them to wake up, right? And so I guess one question is, how do each of those people work to convince the other side? And then also, how do they find, like if you're a leader, how do you start to find those people that can be your champions for change in, deeper into the organization?
Yeah. So two things. One, if the first question is, how do employees who see the locomotive coming and feel that either management or others from the company don't see it?
Yeah.
So two things. One, work hard to actually communicate and share what you see. And if you really feel that nobody's listening, then I would tell you that there's a challenge fundamentally with the company.
Yeah.
Right? And if you don't believe where the company's going, then you shouldn't be there.
That's funny, because Deo at Founder Institute had a similar comment. He's like, look, if you fundamentally disagree, you're in the wrong place.
Exactly. And I believe that too. Secondly, now I believe it and I'm driving it and I'm a leader within a business and I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I get the momentum behind me and how do I get people in terms of tied in? Key is you want to look for the people who tend to be forward-leaning. And we all have them. There are all kinds of people on teams. So you want to find people that when you discuss the overall strategy, they're all in. And they are actively both supporting it, coming up with ideas, what have you. And they have respect of peers. Because you need that to be able to actually lead. I call looking for the floor leaders. Find the floor leaders and get them tapped in.